Let us solve the exercise number 7 in the part B of C# lab. In this exercise, we are supposed to create a ASP.NET web application with the user interface as given over here. And we are supposed to input two strings, str1 and str2, and perform the search and construct operations by clicking on the appropriate button. So let us start building the ASP.NET application. Now, in order to get this kind of interface in ASP.NET, you must have the knowledge of CSS, which you don't have it. So I'm going to go for a cheating. That is, I'm going to get the image of this and then put it as the background. So the first thing that we are going to do is we will go here and I'm going to click on new, and I'm going to select new, and I'm going to select the project. Okay, and unlike the web application, I'm going to first select the Windows form application because I want this form at the background. So that is why I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and let's create a Windows form application. You don't have to give any name for that. Whatever name is there, just click OK, because we are not going to do anything with this because our application is ASP.NET. Now, once you have this form with you, I'm going to click on this form. You see the border over here, and I'm going to right click here and go to the properties of this form. And under the properties of this form, you can scroll down and you have the size that you have over here. So if you notice that maximum size, minimum size, and the size option is there, you can click on this plus sign which is over here. So when you click on the plus sign, you get the width and height for the given form. So this form what you have here, you can always set the width and height of the form for the normal operation. I'm going to set the width of this form as 450, and I'm going to set the height of it as a 370, let's say. Okay, so I've set the two values over here. And if you notice over here, this when you set it, the size of the form automatically changes. Now, if you run this particular application, depending upon your version of the Windows, you will find that this window that you see over here is different from the one that is shown over here. Okay? The reason for this is this image that they are trying to show you is not obtained from executing the form. Rather, if you carefully look at this part over here, so rather it was actually directly copied from the form designer itself. So we are going to also make the copy of this particular form. How do we do that thing? So you have in your keyboard, you watch carefully, at the topmost place you have this print screen, that is you will see that PRTSCR. You're going to see that PRTSCR key somewhere on your keyboard. Just watch for that. Right at the top it will be there near F1, F2, F3. You will find the print screen there. If you have Windows 11 or anything, when you press this print screen, you will be shown this kind of option wherein you can click and select the size that you want. So click and drag and you get the form that you really have it. So this is what you're going to get it. Okay. But suppose if you don't have the version of Windows that you have it over here, what you are going to get is, I'm going to just close this one, okay, just to continue with that. So when you click on the other version of the Windows, generally what you see is you will not see anything, but it just captures the full screen. Now just assume that it has captured the full screen, it has captured it. Now go here and open MS Paint, so you know that MS Paint will be there. I have already opened the MS Paint for you. So MS Paint is open. Control V. So this is the option for that is CTRL plus V, that is paste the content over here. So control V, I'm going to do it. So you are going to see this content. Okay. And then you see for the selection, generally the selection is available here. So just click on this selection and just select the form. Okay, this is the older version of Windows that you have it. A newer version, you will automatically, if you are using Windows 11, automatically it will select it. If it is not automatically selecting it, then go for a print screen and inside the paint, select the form. Control C to copy, you know very well, Control C to copy. So you press Control plus C to copy, and then you press Control plus N for new file, and finally you use Control plus V. So I'm going to do that thing. So I have already pressed the Control C here. So Control C. Then I'm going to press Control N for new file. It's going to ask you, do you want to save it? No, I don't want to save anything. Then I'm going to use Control V. So your form is copied over here. So if your teacher is polite, they will give you this image. So if they have not given you, you are on your own. You have to create it on your own. So you know how it has to be created. Now go here to the file and save it at the proper location. I'm going to save it in my documents, D drive my documents. You can give anything, form, image, anything you can give. I think I already have this form image, but I'm going to just give the name as form image. It will say, do you want to override? Yes, sir. So I've saved it in my D drive. From once this is done, so you have this background ready with you. So you have this background ready with you. Now it is the time to go and start our ASP.project. So I'm going to go to the ASP.NET project. So let's go to the Visual Studio here. And in the Visual Studio, I'm going to click on the file and the new website. So you can go here. This is one option, file and website. So this is direct. You can directly create a website. Other way around is click on file, new project. So it is also one and the same. Then select the web under C sharp. See to that under C sharp, you select the ASP.NET web application. So this is the other way around. That one was the very easiest one because it won't ask too many questions. Put the proper location where you want to save the file. Click OK. When you click OK, it's going to give you a lot of options over here. And that is, do you want to create a web form? Do you want to create a MVC? And so on and so forth. I want to create the empty website, and I do not want to do anything with Microsoft Azure. So see to it that this checkbox is removed. You do not want to do anything with the, because this is a very silly application. If you try to put it on Azure, they will laugh at you. So you just don't want to do anything on that, and you are not selecting anything. None of them are selected. You just select the empty and then click OK. So you have your empty project created. The easiest way would have been if you have just go to the file here and new and directly click a website. It would have been an easiest one. Now we have to first get our image. So let's go to the Solution Explorer. Again, if the Solution Explorer is not visible to you, go to this view, and the first option that you're going to see here is the Solution Explorer. Okay, go to the Solution Explorer. Generally, it is advisable that you place all your images in a separate folder. Otherwise, the images and web pages and all these things will clutter and make the application difficult to understand what is which part is where. So I'm going to just create one folder here, and I'm going to place my image inside that folder. So how do I create a folder here? This is my project. I'm going to right click on my project, and you have lot of options to add something to your project. So right click on this project, go to the Solution Explorer. This is the solution and this is your project web application. Right click on it, add, and you have lot of options, and you will see directly this option folder. So I want to create a folder. So I'm going to click on that. So what did I do? I'm going to right click on it, then go to the add and then new folder, and directly I will start. I won't click here and there. I will simply start typing. The minute I click on that folder, I am going to type images in small cases or capital, whatever you want. Generally it is better you put it in small cases. So images, start typing images and press enter. If you have clicked here and there, right click and rename, you get an option to rename it and then start renaming it. So I will create, the reason is it is advisable to keep all the images separately, all the script separately and all the resources separately, so that you don't clutter them within your project. Now let's go to the place where we have saved this file, and you know very well I saved it in my document. So go to my document or my picture, wherever you have saved it, search for the file that you have just saved, and that is the form image, whatever the name it is, form image, whatever name you have given, just copy it, control C to copy it, you know very well. Come here and click on this images, and control V to paste it. So that image is pasted over here. So you have this image being pasted there. Now let us start building our application. I'm going to go to the my project over here, because I said I want to create an empty project. It will create an empty project, and I'm going to right click on this one, and I'm going to say add, and I'm going to say straightforward, I'm going to say web form. Okay, so this is the easiest way. The toughest way is to go to this right click on here, go to this add, go to this new item. So this is the toughest way of doing it. So go to this new item and then search for the web form and then click add. So this is going to be a lengthier way. Easiest way, right click, go to add and then go to the web form and just give the name. I'm not going to change the name because it's not going to make any difference in my program. So I'm going to just add it. Okay, so when you add it, you get the web form 1.aspx. So this is the file you're going to get it. At the bottom side over here, you see different options here. And currently you are in the source, you have to go to the design. So before you go to the design, see to it that your cursor is here. Okay, so cursor must be there in between div and slash div. If you get confused, just type something. You can delete it later. Just type something and keep it so that you can delete. You know that you are at that particular position. Don't go outside the form. You will not be able to generate it. So you must be definitely inside the form, and it is better you be inside a div there. Okay, so once that is done, let's click on this design option over here. So design, I'm going to click on the design here, and you notice that you are there at this point. Now you are very sure that you are there. So you know that this EFD, whatever you have typed, if you are there at this point, that means you are there inside the div. You know it for sure. Let us go to the toolbox. Again, if the toolbox is not visible, go to view and then search for the toolbox. Somewhere on earth you will find that toolbox. Click on it and it will be visible to you. Now you will have to search for a panel. So I'm going to go and search for a panel. So I will search for the panel over here. You can notice that you just type PAN. You can drag it and leave it in between. So drag and leave it here. Remember, the panel must appear here. Now you go and check in your source code. It is better you do it. Go and check in the source code. You will notice that your panel is there inside div, and this is something that you typed, so that you have that reference for that. You can delete it leisurely, because that was there only for your reference. Now you are very sure that your panel is inside the div, okay, and it is inside the form. You create the panel and you can right click on it and then go to the properties. If it is not visible from here, go to the design view and then right click and go to the properties. Anywhere you can do it. If you are from here, there, anywhere you can do it. Now, very important thing, you are setting the property of the panel. So you must be careful. The word panel one must appear here because you are setting the property of the panel, not something else. So you must be careful with that. You are setting the property of the panel. And what is that you're supposed to do? And you can definitely see, I want the background image. So you see that back image URL. You see that right at the top. Remember, you are in the panel, and you will see that. If you are not in the panel, click on the down arrow and search for the panel. So you have a down arrow here. Click here and select the panel. Now you are in the panel, and I want to change. You can scroll up and down here, so you can notice there. I want to change the background image. So go to this side, not here. Go to the other side, and you see a click here, and you see a dot 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 there. So image background image URL dot dot dot. Click on it. You will see a dialog box, and I have stored everything in my images. So click on this images, and you have this form image, paying whatever the image that you copied there. So select that image. So select under the images, you will find that image. If you have copied it elsewhere, go there and then open it. Click OK, and your image will appear here. Okay, image has not properly appeared because you have not set the width and height of the panel. Now again, you are in the panel. Now you have to set the width and height. So just go here and then search for the width. So I set the width as 450 and height as 370. So I will set the width and height. The minute I click anywhere else, you notice that the form will appear properly. So this is the 450 width, 370 height, and you have the form with you. So if you run this one now, just run it without doing anything, just run this one. You will see the appearance that they have given, but without all the other jigs there. You will see whatever they have asked you to do that, and that is they said you must get this kind of appearance, and you get that kind of appearance there. So you got that appearance there. Now only thing that you need to do is you have to fix the labels and all these remaining part you have to do it. So let's go ahead and let's do the remaining part. First of all, stop the ongoing project by clicking on this stop. So it's going to stop it. Now if you are in the design view, if you are in the source view, go to the design view. You have to be there in the design view, and then go to the toolbox. Again, I will not repeat again. If you the toolbox is not visible, click here and search for the toolbox over here. And now let us search for the label. So I'm going to click on close this one. You can type here and then type LAB, and you got the label. So you got the label here. So you got the label. Click here and drag it. Just click and drag the label. So once you click and drag it, the label will appear here. Remember, you don't have to do it now. I will show you. Even if you try to drag this label, it won't come here. So don't try that. So you dragged the label. Remember, you went here, dragged the label. Yes, and you click outside. Click on this label. You are there in this label. Can you see ASP label there? If you click, it goes. So click on this label. Can you see a border there? So carefully see. There is a border. If I click, it's going to go. If I click on it, it is going to come. You see there, four-headed arrow. Just click here, and it is there. It's not going to move here. The reason is that you don't know about the CSS story. So you are not studied about the CSS. That's why you are not familiar with that idea. Let us go, and without CSS also it is possible, if, provided you have the Visual Studio with you. So if you have the Visual Studio, you can do it without the CSS also. So let's go to the format, and you have the set position. Under this format, you have set position, and I'm going to select the set position as absolute. So if you look at here, When I set the position absolute, you see that it is four-headed arrow. Now, if you click on it, you see it must be four-headed arrow. See, this is I, this is two-headed arrow, it is four-headed arrow. It must be four-headed arrow. Click and again, it's not coming. Let's try one more time. Where is it? Position and absolute, and then just not come. Okay. You just click on this label and get it. It is not coming directly from here. So that label it is going here and there. But you go to this label, that is the handle. You click on that handle and then drag it somewhere and leave it. So it's going to come here. You got the first label. Same thing you have to do it for the next label. So how do you do that thing? Click on the toolbox. Label is already there. If it is not there, type LA and you will get the label. Drag and leave it over here. Okay, and you go to the format, you go to the set position, make it absolute. Okay, and then go to the handle over here. Okay, you see this must be four-headed arrow, then only it will start moving. Get the second label slightly down. Done. Go again to the next one and then get one more label from here. Drag and just leave it. Same story. Go to format, go to set position, go to absolute, go here, drag it down. You have the three labels with you. You can anytime you can move them accordingly. So you have three labels and we need three text boxes. So let's go and let's add three text boxes. Again, go to the toolbox, just delete this one and you just type TEX and you get this text box. Drag it, same story, drag and leave it. Go to the format, go to the set position, absolute, go to the handle here, drag and leave it here. Done. Same story, go to the toolbox, drag the text box. If you deleted it, type text and you are going to get it. Drag it, format, set position, absolute, go to the handle here, not this one, the handle here, and then just drag and leave it. This is done. You need one more. Go to the toolbox, go to the text box, drag and leave it. Then go to the format, set position, absolute, get it and put it over here. So done. Three things are done. We have done three things here. It's not complete, and we need three more buttons. So we need to have these three buttons now. Let's get these three buttons. You notice that there is extra space here in between this area. There is extra space. So I'm going to do the same story over here. I will go to the toolbox and this time I'm going to say button. So BUT is enough. Button. Drag the button. Just drag and leave it on the form. And as usual, go to format, go to set position, go to absolute, go to the handle here, drag it and slightly leave it down here. Same story, toolbox, one more button, drag, leave it, go to the format, set position, absolute, go here, get it and put it over here. Done. Same story, go to toolbox, button, drag it here and then go to the format, go to the set position, go to absolute and drag and leave it here. Three buttons are done. So with this, all our required controls are there on the form now. Now we are going to change individual things one after the other, and you will notice that this is first one is the input one, second one is the input two, and the third one is the output. I'm going to set them one after the other. So I'm going to click on the label here. You see that the label here. Right click on it and then go to the properties of the label. So when you go to the properties of the label one, you can see that it is label one. You can select it from here also. Label one, label two button and so on. You can select it from here also. But I will be doing it from there. So label one is input one. Now this is I'm going to change the text of label one as input one. So input one. Done. Okay, let me click on the second label here. Again, I will go to the properties of it and I will change it as input to, that is the text of the label 2. I'm going to set it as input to. Done. Let me click on the next label, and this is the label 3. Let me right click and go to the properties of it, and for the label 3 I'm going to type the text of this label as output. Done. Three things are done there. Okay, so you have this input 1, input 2, and output is done. Then we have to go for these three things, that is the search, construct, and clear. Let's go ahead and let's put them in action. So I'm going to click on the first button here, right click on it, go to the properties of this button, and now you notice that I'm in the button number 1, and I'm going to change the text of that button as a search. Done. Search is done. I'm going to click on the second button, and they have given the second button as a construct. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go to the properties of that button. Ensure that you are in the button 2, and I'm changing the text of it, and I will say that construct. That is done. Next button, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to go to the properties of this button, and button number 3, I'm going to go and type it as a clear. Done. Three buttons are done, and you can do this one. Now if you have a lot of time, you can increase the size of it, and during the examination, if you have nothing else to be done, then you do this one. Okay, so this story you can do it. I'm not going to do that, and I assume that you are also not going to do that kind of thing, but I will slightly increase the size of it by going here, by clicking on here, and get the mouse pointer at this point. You see two-headed arrow, click and drag it. Don't leave the mouse pointer, just drag it, and you can increase the width of it, and click on it, and you can increase the width of it. So that's enough for us. Okay, so somehow we got the form. Let us run this form, and just without doing anything, let us run this form and see whether we are in a position to get the output as that is the form as given by them. So somehow we have reached the form as given by them. Now the story comes. What will happen if you click on the search button? So if you click on the search button, they have given a lot of stories over here. So if you just look over here, they have given a sample, and that sample is if you type the string 1, if you type this lengthy string, okay, and in the second string, that is the input 2, if you type this hard, wherever hard is there, it will delete that word and it will remove it. So if there is a hard here, it will remove it. So either beginning or end, it is going to remove it. Also, if you suppose if you give the string as my life and so on and so forth, so and if you give the second string as life, it's going to remove this life from this string, even if it is there in the middle. So in other words, so what you have to do is search for this string, search for the second string in the first string, and delete its occurrence wherever the second string appears, either in the beginning or at the end. Wherever it appears, you just have to delete it. What is the meaning of saying delete it? Wherever you find that, for example, if the life is there, you how do you delete it? Replace it with the null string. What is the meaning of saying null string? Null string is something without the two just double quotes, without the space, continuous double quotes. So this is double quotes with the space, that is space. It is not the null string. The null string means double string started and immediately double string ended, nothing in between. So you have to replace it with the nothing in between. So wherever you find this life and so on, you have to replace this one with the nothing. So that is what I am going to do it. So let's go ahead and let us do that thing. So in order for us to work with it, you need two strings. The first one they have already given. This is str1, this is str2. and we are supposed to give the result there. So let's go ahead and let's do that part. I'm going to go to the ASP.NET. If it is running, just stop this application, and let us go to the search here. So this is your search button is there. So you have the search button. So see to it that it is highlighted. Double click on this search button. So just double click on the search button. You will be given the button one, because it is button one, you know very well. The first button was button one. You can always switch between them by clicking on here and here. Suppose if you have closed the application by mistake, if you have closed this one, you can go to the Solution Explorer. Again, if you don't know where is Solution Explorer, go to View, and the first one you're going to see Solution Explorer. Under Solution Explorer, double click on this web form. Where is that thing gone now? Web form. So double click on the web form and it will open. Suppose if you by mistake closed it. Okay. Now I'm going to double click on this search button, and what is that you are supposed to do? You have to get the string that is typed here. So whatever the string that is typed here, whatever the string that is typed here, you have to get it. What are the names of these two text boxes? You know very well. If you just keep the mouse pointer over here, you will see that this is text box 1 and this is text box 2. So you have to get the string 1 is whatever that is typed in text box 1. String 2 is whatever that is typed in the text box 2. Let me go to the you can double click here and shift, or you can just click on if you are here, you can click on the other and go to the next part. So I'm going to say string str1. Let me just zoom out for you. So string str1 is, I will go to the text box 1. So I have this text box 1 dot text. Whatever that is typed in that text box, I'm going to read that thing. String 2 is str2. Let me remove this mouse pointer from here. Is a text box 2 dot text. So you got the text box 2 dot text. So you got that one. Let me put a semicolon there. Okay, so this is a semicolon there. So you got the two text, and what is that you are supposed to do it? So you are supposed to find the second string in the first string, and wherever it appears, you have to replace it. So that's it. You are supposed to do it. For that, very important thing is somebody must have typed the two strings. If somebody has not typed that two string, and if they click on the search button, then nothing is possible. So you must be careful with that story. So I will handle that part there. If somebody has not typed anything in the one of the text boxes, then it is not possible to replace or do anything. So I'm going to say if okay, I will go to the string. This is the string is the class string dot, and I'm going to say is null. This method is already there. Is null or empty. So this is the method that is part of the string class, and I'm going to give the string one. So what is that I'm doing is I'm asking the string that is the first string null or empty. What is the meaning of saying, what is the meaning of saying null string? Just now I told you null string means there is nothing in between. So this is the null string. Empty means you're not typed. Okay, if null or empty, then you can't do anything. So if it is this case, or let me say, if string dot is empty or null of the second string. So if any one of them, so I use the and there, because if any one of them is where is it gone? If any of them is true, then I will go to the output text box. So this is text box number 3. Remember, this is the text box number 3, this text box, and I'm going to say text box text box control space, and you get it. Just press control and space if at all you want some help, and then you say text box dot text is and I'm going to say please enter two strings. Okay, something like that, two strings or two sentences or anything. I will just use the technical word two strings. Please enter two strings. Okay, so what is the meaning of that is, let me just run it, just show you. So what is the when I deleted it, I think I deleted this one. So this is the if statement. So you notice from here to here, this is from here to here. This is what I have written, and this one was there of that if statement. So I somehow deleted it by mistake. Let me rerun it. So if this somebody has not typed anything, and if they click on this search, then please enter two steps. I'm going to give that one. Again, if you find that so this has come very small, you know very well what you are supposed to do. It is if it has come very small and it is medium and other thing, just go to this form, click on this, drag it and make it appear beautiful. Okay, I'm not going to do it because I know I am not here to make the uh, things beautiful. Just the basic minimum things I'm going to tell you. So if it is not appearing properly, just drag and make it look properly. Let's go to the first part. So if somebody has not typed anything, you're going to do it. But unfortunately, what if somebody has typed something? So in that case, let's go with the else statement. So else, what if somebody has typed something? In that case, what you are supposed to do it? What to do in this case? Okay, so what is that you are supposed to do it? Suppose if somebody has typed it, first sentence, that is first string and the second string, what you have to do is you have to go and replace the first string, that is in the first string. If the second string is appearing in the first string, replace it with the null string. That's it. That is two double. If it is appearing here, replace it with the empty string, that is null. How do I do that? Now, what is the logic? Logic is very simple. Logic is you are using C sharp, and C sharp is a very powerful language. The whatever you're thinking, it is much more powerful than what you're thinking. It is a extremely powerful language. So this language, for this language, such kind of things are too silly for this language. So you have to just go to this C sharp and just ask it, and then say that see the C sharp, you go and replace this one. So you replace this one. What is that? Get this old string. What is the old string? str2, and then you replace it with the null string. That is what I told you, empty string. So this is what you have to say to the C sharp. Rest of the things the C sharp will handle it on your own. Okay, that is the reason you have to use the C sharp. So very powerful. Now only thing is whatever result you are getting, you have to show that result in the text box number 3. This you have to show it in the text box number 3. So I'm going to say that text box number 3 dot text is equal to this one. So what you are doing is you are saying to the C sharp that you take the first string and find where the second string is there. If it is there, replace it with the null string. That's simple as that. Okay. Within the first string, if the second string appears, replace it with that. As simple as that. Okay. Done. Let us see whether it is working. So I'm going to just run it. And let us see whether C sharp is powerful enough to do this kind of uh, silly things. So let's go here, and I'm going to go and get whatever they have typed. Control C to copy from here, and where is the form? Okay, the form is here, and I'm going to paste it here. This is the lengthier text, and I'm going to go here, and then they said that the hard is the one that has to be searched for. Where is the form? Okay, it is here, and then say search. And you notice that if you look at here, look at their output. I'm going to just drag and just show you the output. Let me just zoom in for you. Okay, so this was the text that was given. It starts with the metal. You notice that a metal something. It starts with the metal and something. Yes, and it is ending with the heated, and it is ending with the heated. Rest it will take care. Second example that they have given. Let's look at the second example. second example that they have given is my life and so on and so forth. Control C to copy from here, and I'm going to go to my this one. Control A to select everything, delete it. Control V to paste that thing, and let's look at the this one. Control C for life. Go back and paste it here. Search, and this is what you're supposed to see. If you look at the output here, and if you see that it will start with my lessons, my lesson and something, and it ends with the quotes. Hey, that thing is coming in between. It ends with the quotes. So you are able to do that part. That part is over though, so your one challenge got over. Let's look at the second challenge. What is the second challenge? Let me get it in full. Okay, what is the second challenge? Second challenge is if two words are given to you, then you have to get the first word, first letter of the first word, then the first letter of the second word, then the second letter of the first word, second letter of the second word, and then the third letter, and so on. So, in other words, alternatively, take one, take the next, take one, take the next, take one, and take the next, and so on, so forth. You do it. Okay. So just go on doing it. Now, what is the way in which you are supposed to do it? So, in this idea is you just search for the string which is lengthier. So, the idea is simple. So, you find the length of both of them. Whichever has the larger length, you loop on that length. So you take one element from this. Okay. So what happens is you take this, C will come along with it. Then second time S will come. Then L will come like that. Now after some time, you, because this length of this is shorter than the previous one, this will stop because that string is over, is it not? Remaining whatever is there, you just keep on adding it to the output. So what you're doing is you take one element, give it to the output. You take the second element, give it to the output. Take the next element, give it to the output, and keep on doing it. One of the string, the whichever string which is shorter, will get exhausted. Whatever that is remaining, you simply read it and then put it to the output. So this is what you are going to do it. So how difficult it is to do that thing. So let's go ahead and let's do that part. I'm going to go to the VS Code now, and I'm going to click on this web form. Again, if you have closed this web form, the easiest way is go to the Solution Explorer, double click on this one, and you will be back here. Now, what you're supposed to do is double click on this construct. So, double click on this construct, just double click on this construct, and you are back to this one. Just double click on that construct, and you are there at button to click. As usual, you need two strings. So, like the previous case, you need two strings. So, and I'm not going to, very well, I'm a bit lazy, and I'm not going to write the whole thing again. I'm going to just copy this one, Control C and Control V. Why did I do that thing? Now, again, the same story. What is that same story? Same story is if somebody has not typed anything, and here this is empty, and if this is empty and this is empty, if nothing is there, nothing will come here. So without typing anything, if they clicked on this construct, you just use the same method. Please enter the string as usual, as in the previous case. Otherwise, so that is why I copied the whole thing from the previous whatever I did. I copied that this whole thing and I pasted it to the button to click event. So this whole thing I am repeating again. Only thing is, what if it is not the case? Okay. I told you first find which string is maximum. So find the maximum length among them. So you notice over here, in this case, if you take these two strings, maximum length is this one. So find which string has the larger length. Find that one, and you will have to iterate or you have to loop on that length. So how do I get the maximum length? So how difficult it is to get the maximum length? Let me get the integer variable. I'll call it as max L, a max length. That is a max length. Okay. How do you find it? So you know very well, in at least C, you know that math.h was there. In the math.h, you have this max function. Okay. which will give you the maximum of that. So I will go to the first string and I will ask what is the length of the first string. Okay, and I will go to the second string and I will ask it what is your length. Okay, and the first string will say my length is 10, the second string may say my length is 5, whatever it is. So when I say length, I will get the length. So this may say that my length is whatever it is, the length may be 5, this may say that my length is 4, whatever it is, whichever, or this may say that my length is 4 and this may say that my length is 20, whatever it is, find the maximum among them. So whichever is there, whether the first string is longer or the second string is longer or first string is shorter, whatever the case it is, find the maximum among the maximum length among them and then iterate over that. So how do you iterate it? For that you need a for loop. I'm going to say for and double tab here. So just type for, you see there, it is coming there, just double tab it, and Visual Studio is intelligent enough to uh, fill the remaining part. So I is equal to 0, I less than not the length, I less than the max length. Okay, so this is max length. Okay. Then what you have to do it, you have to put it to the output string. So let me get one additional variable. So let me say go here and just press enter, and I will create one string variable result, and I will initialize it with null string. So result is null. So I will remember it is better you go with the string builder, but for the examination that's okay. It's better you use the string builder and do it, but it's okay without that string builder also. I don't know whether you are familiar with the string builder or not. So what you're doing is two strings are there. So for example, you have two strings. You know very well. The two strings are like this. You know, this is say hello EPH E say L and L and so on. So you take one item, so you find the length of it. So let me say HLLO. What is the length of this string? You know, count how many characters are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length of it is 5. So as long as I start from 0. Remember the initial value of this is 0. This is the index. Okay, then index of A is 1. You know, familiar with this arrays. Index is always 0. So uh, as long as this I is starting from 0, 1, 2 up to the max length. So as long as this I is less than the length of that string, you will be able to extract one element. So if I is 0, you can get the H. If I is 1, you can get E. If I is 2, you can get L. Okay. If I is 3, you can get next L. If I is 4, you can get this. If I is 5, you can't get anything because the next element is not the string has ended. So as long as I is less than 5, you can extract the element, or you can extract one character from here. And after extracting one character, what are you going to do? After extracting this character, you will give it to the result and you concatenate it to the result. So extract one character and then give it to the result, add it to the result. So when I say give it to the result, you add it to the result. So you have to do it for the first string. This is string 1. Same thing, simultaneously you have to do it for the second string. So for example, if you have the first string as a welcome and the second string is hello, so you get the first of this. When I is equal to 0, you get the first element and put it there. When I is equal to 1, you get this one and you get this one. Remember, as you are getting it, you check whether I value is less than the length of the string. If it is more than the length of the string, there won't be anything left to be extracted, then you will get an exception there. So as long as I is less than the length of the string, you can extract the element, extract one from the first, extract the second character from the Second element, concatenate it to the result. So how do I write that thing? So I'm going to say if the I value is less than the string 1 dot length. So if it is less than the length of the string, then what you are going to do is the result is a, I hope you have studied C programming language, plus equal to result is equal to result plus str of I. So if you don't get it, result is equal to result plus str of I. So you are familiar. I is equal to I plus 1. So how you write that thing? Instead of writing this kind of lengthy story, you are already familiar with the compound assignment. You can just say result is equal to result of I. This is for the string 1. Same thing you have to do it for the first string. Remember, from the first string extract one character. From the second string, this is string number 2, extract the same element. So in other words, so if suppose the first string, let me put it here, if the first string is welcome and the second string is hello. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, from this you extract W. Okay, from this you extract H. So first W will come, then H will come. Next time when I is equal to 1, extract E from here, extract E from here. Next time when I is equal to 3, extract L from here, extract L from here. And remember, when the I value is as long as I value is less than its length, you will extract it. The minute I is exceeding the length, this if statement will not work. So you will not be extracting anything from this string. Remaining will go to the result. So that is it. So you get the result. Once you get the result, what you can do is you can just say to show the result. So once your for loop is over, you can go here and then go here. And then you can say this text box 3. What was the name of that text box? Text box 3 was there. Text box 3 dot text text, and you can say that is the result. Okay, that's it. Done with it. So let's go ahead and let's give it a try. So I'm going to go and there is I think I missed the semicolon. Okay, so I missed the semicolon here. Done. Let me run it and see what is the output. So you have the two strings. I'm going to go and get what they have typed here. So they have typed the two things here, welcome and C#. So let me take it, welcome, put it here, welcome is done, and second one is, where is the second one? C#. Control C from here and Control V at this point, done, and say construct, and you get this one. And if you notice the output that they are getting, you carefully see it, WCES, WCESL, and last one is PE. So you get that the same story. You are able to get it. Okay, let's stop that. And there is a last button, that is the clear button. Clear button will clear all the text boxes. So this is the straightforward thing. Let's go to the web form again by clicking on this web form, and I'm going to click on this clear button, double click on this clear button, and then what we are supposed to do, we'll clear it. So we are going to say text box 1 dot text is empty. So I'm going to do this one. I will not type it, you know very well I'm a bit lazy. So I'm going to use Control C, Control V 2 times. This is the text box number 2, and this is the text box number 3. Done with it. So we are done with this one. Let's run it. Let us say, let it run. So I'm going to say Mangalore, and I will search for A. So I'm going to search for A. Let me zoom in for you. I'm going to search for A, only one string. And first I'm going to say get A from Mangalore, and A is all deleted. And the next one is I have to add this one. Okay, and I'm going to next time I'm going to say Udupi. Okay, and I'm going to construct it. So M and U, A and D, and so on and so forth. You get it? And you notice the last one after Udupi is ending, I is ending. The last three characters, these Udupi will end here. A, B, C. That is okay. So this Udupi will end here, and what is left over is LORA. What is left over is LORA, and I'm going to click on clear, and everything should run. Yeah, that's all. You need to do it. Thank you for your interest, and we will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.